Hey, welcome to the Sunday night live stream. Oh, oh, it's going on, dude. It's going on. It's happening. Okay. How's everyone doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. And that's that. Happy Sunday. And that's that, dude. Oh. It's going on, dude. There it is. Okay, it's playing. Angel, what up? All right. I had a fun-filled day. I just got out the shower. All I want to do is pass out for a few days. But we're here, dude. We got a nice Coca-Cola Classic. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. We're going to talk about my weekend with the Modesto Nuts, okay? We're going to talk about the 49ers rivalry jerseys. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about that. What's up, Jack? Does my nose all red? My whole face is red. What up, dude? What up? That's what I want to know. I want to know what up. I need to fix the chat so it shows up right away. You know, since I don't get that many chatters. Is that what you call it? Let's do... Can I change it to live chat? Oh, I can. What up, Dan? How you doing, man? Yeah, last night and today I was at the Modesto Nuts last two home games ever. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about, so I got some show and tell stuff that I got out there. We'll talk about the new jerseys, and some of these jerk owners, you know, I got more to say. You know, I'm radical now, right? You guys know I'm radical. I do radical things. Okay? I'm radical. So until these billionaires back off, dude, I'm not backing off. I'm not backing off. Yeah, I got some fun stuff we gotta talk about. What else? Yeah, the rivalry jerseys, show and tell. Okay, yeah, I covered it all. But I gotta tell you, dude. There's something very important to talk about, okay? Hold on. Let me get this its proper due. Okay? This is an emergency here. Okay? Hi, it's me, Dylan from Variety News. Okay? And I got some breaking news, dude. This is big. This is the biggest news of the night. Chili cheese burritos back, folks. Chili cheese burrito is back. Now, everyone calm down. Take your seats. Take your seats. Come on. Hey, we'll all get chili cheese burritos. Everyone relax. Okay? Take your seats. It's fine. But it is back. Okay? And I'm excited. I, for one, am excited. Okay? Now, apparently, I don't... which one is that? I thought the Doritos Locos Cool Ranch was coming back. I thought Daniel said in the Discord, but I'm not seeing it on here. But unless that's it in the middle, it just doesn't look seasoned. Like, I don't really like the Doritos tacos aren't really my thing. They're a little too salty for me. Talk to my lawyers. Talk to my lawyers if you got a problem with that, okay? I'll see you in court. Not my thing, but the chili cheese burrito, it was one of the best menu items, and here we go, dude. And here we go. So, big news. Big news. yeah, I hope you guys like the. I'm doing music now. I mean, what's going on here? I mean, what's going? Are we getting? How fancy are we getting? You know, how fancy are we gonna get around here? This one man band, huh? Um, what else is up, dude? Everyone, talk to me, dude. Talk to me. I'll talk back. Damn, there's not that many viewers. um, all right. Let's see. Let's see what I got to show you guys. So I went out to Modesto yesterday. I might have told you guys this last week. What up, Richard? I might have told you guys this last week, but today was the final game. Sunday, it was an afternoon game, and I knew it was going to be miserable. I knew it was going to be hot and just not fun. I don't do well in heat. I'm not a heat guy. Talk to my lawyers. I'm not a heat guy, dude. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out the night before, go to the last night game so I can at least go to a game and like enjoy it. I prefer night games anyways. So I went out there last night. I got a room out there, and I got up today to go to the day game. Last night was awesome. I started talking to a guy in my row. Shout out Mike. He was a season ticket holder. He'd been going there forever. It was him and his daughter, and he was super cool, man. And he won one of the auction jerseys. So basically, at the end of the game, they auction off a game used jersey, and then you get to go on the field and get it from the player and get it autographed by the player. So he was just like, "You're with me, you're with me," and so I got to go out on the field with them, which was super cool. So shout out Mike. Here's last night on the field. If you're not familiar, of course I will have the video coming out soon. The history of this place is pretty amazing. I mean, this is where the likes of Ricky Henderson, Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco got started. Walt Weiss played there, and Ben Greaves, like both went on to be rookies of the year. Just and every legendary player that made the single A circuit, got to play there. This was the home of the Modesto A's from 1974 to 2005, I think were the years. So every A's player that came up through the system in that time frame played here. And I'll talk more about the history in the video. But yeah, just it's so cool to be on that field. I had never been here. This is John Thurman Stadium. It was opened in 1955. And just a ton of history. And basically what's happening is just like I've been saying, profits over people. And what happened was this team was now the minor league affiliate for the Seattle Mariners. The ballpark had not been fully renovated up to MLB standards. So if you didn't know, Major League Baseball has a set of standards that every venue has to adhere to. And this one had lagged behind. It wasn't meeting all the criteria. So they were fining the team and telling them they needed to make these upgrades or move or something like that. They needed about $30 million, I think. And you guys correct me if you guys know more about the story. But they needed like $35 million or whatever for all these upgrades. And I guess the city didn't want to pay for it, and the Mariners didn't want to pay for it, something like that. So nobody wanted to pay for the upgrades. What ended up happening is the Seattle Mariners sold the team to Diamond Holdings. And Diamond Holdings is this huge conglomerate that owns like over half the minor league teams out there. And there's a lot of minor league teams. It's a huge network of teams. So the fact that this one group owns so many of them is just insane. And it's another example of this group just. Oh, and what happened is then they announced that they're going to move the team to Southern California, and they're shuffling them around with two other teams down there. So the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are moving. The was it the 66ers or whatever? They're going to get a new branding and be the Dodgers affiliate. And then for some reason, the Modesto Nuts are going to take the Inland Empire 66ers or whatever their name is, going to take their place and just basically be rebranded as them. So I don't know why you have to rebrand the teams. I'm sure there's some sort of profit motive behind it, but it's a big shuffle. So, this community has supported this team since the 1940s. The team started in 1946. So this community has supported this team all that time, and now it's being ripped away. And, it's just another example of these people, Diamond Holdings, they don't have any sort of empathy or personal connection to Modesto at all. It's just a business decision. And I'm just getting sick of the business decisions. You know what I mean? I'm just getting tired of them. Get them out of here. No more business decisions. I really think that. So I was in the sun all day. Forgive me. I can't speak. But I think that if a team is somewhere for that long, if by just the way it is when you own a sports team, what you are profiting off of is fans' love and their passion and their devotion to the team and their support. That's what you're monetizing. You're not like, running a store where you're just selling knickknacks and products, right? It's not that simple. You're profiting off people's emotions, people's feelings. And for that reason, I really think that every single team out there needs to have some sort of component or some sort of investment or equity owned by the community or the city or something. So at this point, like, Modesto should own like at least 25% of the Nuts or something like that, so that it's not just these businessmen decisions to uproot a team. It's just not fair, I guess. And a lot of people, when I put out the curse of the A's ballpark site video, a lot of bootlickers defending billionaires and whatnot, and they're just like, oh, that's business, that's business. It's like, yeah, but it's business because you accept that it's business. Like, we can do things differently. There are different models out there, and you're just stuck in the matrix where you can't see outside the box, like, because you're just used to it being that way. But there's all these soccer teams in Europe that are community owned. Of course, now we got the Oakland Ballers, the Oakland Roots, SF City FC, and we got bigger examples in the United States like the Green Bay Packers, who obviously would have moved 40 years ago if it wasn't for the community being invested. And you see the stories. I might have talked about this last week, but the Buffalo Bills owner, he got $850 million from the taxpayers of Buffalo for the new stadium that they're building. And then he just recently bought a $100 million yacht. So, like, these guys are just exploiting all of us. And, it's one of those things where it's lose-lose for the city of Buffalo. Right? Either they pony up the cash or there's going to be a bunch of other cities that will. And I don't think that's fair because the value of that team is the fan base. It's the community that supported it, because playing this game doesn't mean anything if the fans don't love it. Where is out there, bro? Where do they play? Modesto is in the Central Valley. It's like 2 hours away, 2 hours outside of the Bay. Like you said in Game Day Chat, Niners should have brought back late 90s, mid 2000s unis. I agree. Yeah. Well, I agree with my statement. Yeah. Diosa, what up? Valkyries blew the lead. Now it's a close game. That's cool. Just tuning in. What's up, JD? They're not the 49er way. Yeah, I watched your video, man. I'm going to talk about them in a little bit. Hopefully, Pioneer League will have a Modesto ball club for the Ballers have a rivalry with. Yeah, I feel bad for the Nuts fans. In the Philly Eagles had similar ownership in the early 60s. Yeah, so there are other models out there. And so, yeah, where do they go from here? There's talk. I think there's a good chance that a Pioneer League team is brought to Modesto. It would be prime for it. I think Pioneer League would be very smart to do that. And I guess I don't know if it's official or it's been announced, but supposedly we're supposed to get the Long Beach Regulators with Warren G in the Pioneer League. So we'll see how that goes. But I just I just feel awful for the Modesto fans that are losing their team. And it to me, it's absolutely ridiculous that the Seattle Mariners would not just pay for the upgrades. Like, this is literally your development. Like, this is helping your team. It's not just like a blank check to someone that doesn't do anything. Like, it helps your organization. It helps your system. And to me, when it comes to stadiums, when it comes to upgrades, when it comes to all that stuff, to me, the burden is pretty much 100% on the team. But unfortunately, business is business, and these teams will strong arm cities to get taxpayer money. And I just think that's wrong. But you all right? You seem tired. I'm very tired, dude. It was over 100 degrees. But yeah, so look, I feel bad for the Nuts fans. Hopefully my video is a fun little memory for them to look back on. Shout out all the people that were out there. A lot of people said what's up. I knew a lot of people. I just really appreciate those connections, and it was fun. So last night, shout out Mike again, got me on the field, and then went back again today. My buddy Pine, Johnny Utah from the Discord, he took my extra ticket and drove out. A bunch of people were there today. My biggest bully, Jenny. My lawyers will be reaching out. I hate to have to do this. I don't know if Jenny's here. I hate to do this, because like we've been friends, but my lawyers are drafting up paperwork now. My team, we've built a brand, and we just can't deal with slander or libel or anything like that. And she tried to make fun of me because my shirt was a little cropped. So I do crop my shirts a little bit if they're long. So not like cropped where you can see my belly, right? I'm not a Ezekiel Elliott. Just cropped so it's not as long. I like it, right? And also, it's trendy right now. Cropped shirts are trendy, right? So you bully me for being fashion forward, and my lawyers are going to deal with it. You know what I mean? My lawyers are going to deal with it. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm fashion forward. So, yes, my lawyers are drafting up the paperwork. My team has discussed it behind closed doors, and we're going to go after everybody. Yeah. What else? So, yeah, it was over 100 degrees. And my whole life, I don't go out much, to be honest. But my whole life, I've been so bad at using sunscreen. So I'm trying to do better and use sunscreen. Because, last two, like, Roots videos I did, I got burned. Oh, no, it was a Ballers. Sorry. I went to the Ballers game, then the Valkyries game the same day. We did a doubleheader. I got burned. I got burned at the Roots game last year. I've been getting burned, so I'm like, all right, let me start wearing sunscreen. So I use the spray, and man, I just hate sunscreen, man. I just felt all gross all day. I just felt sticky and like oily, So I had to take a shower as soon as I got home. I was like, Terrible. Well, first I got a burrito. Got my burrito. Um, so yeah, it was so hot. I was just downing liquids like crazy. Um, I had I had like two bottles before I even got there, and I got there at like 10:30 a.m., 10 a.m., something like that. So it was real hot. I mean, just sweat dripping down my back. It was gross. It was a real gross time. And look, I just don't get it, man. I don't get how people deal with it. Cuz I feel like I'm going to die. Like literally I'm like, "Oh no, don't pass out. Don't pass out in front of these people you're talking to." I'm having a conversation with people and in my head I'm like, "Am I about to die? Like am I just going to pass out right now, hit my head on the concrete and that's it?" Maybe. I don't know how people do it. I can't deal with the heat, man. And there's people out there like running around, like not even just the players, but like but the players too, but like grounds crew people. There's a shout out Mike, he's a cameraman, and he was running around taking photos the whole time. Like, dude, how do you do this? Like, I give credit to the construction workers I saw at the Vegas ballpark site, cause just filming my little song and dance, right? Doing a little robot. Oh, no, I forgot the robot, but cursing the site. I mean, it does take a lot of energy to curse a site and to put a hex on something, but still, like I wasn't even out there for that long, and they're just out there all day working. I'm like, how do you do it? How do you do it? Cause I was dying. But fun ballpark. I really like that they have these like vines, on some like lattice work or something. That was cool. My only thing is, I don't know if maybe they took some down because they're leaving. I have no idea, but there wasn't a whole lot of like history on the walls, which I felt was really lacking. Because when you go to San Jose Giants, their ballpark, it's just the whole wall is covered with cool stuff to look at and read. And I think they should have did the same thing. They had a bunch of cool memorabilia that they were selling, auctioning off. I wanted to get a hat, but they didn't have any my size. They only had like super small and super big sizes. I had an Ichiro because they are the Mariners affiliate now. They have an Ichiro bobblehead. They have these lineup cards, the Modesto A's. I don't know if it's the yearbook or the game day. Yeah, game day magazine. Just game day program. All the lineup cards, some autographed pictures here. Some of the alumni. So really cool. And then Troy Tulowitzki. So he played there. So the Nuts were an affiliate of the Rockies for a while. So Troy Tulowitzki came up there. Nolan Arenado, Charlie Blackmon, all the notable Rockies players that came up through the system came there. And the Rockies, they have a pretty good system. It's just they can't get everything else together. They had some of these Modesto A's hats, which were really, really cool. A lot of Modesto A's fans out there, And me, Pine, and Ruben, it was fun. We had a time. So I appreciate everyone that was out there. Do I have anything else? No. And I will have the video out hopefully like by the end of the week or something like that. I'll try to get it done as soon as I can. Bay Area folks not used to the Valley heat, not at all, dude. Not at all. The Roots did very good last night. 1-0 win. I got myself a Green Day bobblehead. I saw that, man. I need to get that bobblehead. See anything cool? And they were fun games. Great crowd. A lot of fun games with the crowd in between innings and stuff. The kids ran the bases. And then today they opened up the field at the end of the game. So, yeah, we got to go on the field, run the bases, walk the warning track, and then we actually signed the wall. I'll show you guys in a little bit. So yeah, that was really cool. I love that kind of stuff. Like, being able to walk where legends or Hall of Famers came up. That's always super cool. Let me find this other picture. What the heck? Oh, I can't get this other picture to open. Oh, you know why? Hold on a second. I'm fixing things. Cause that's what I do. I'm a fixer. What do you want from me? I'm a fixer, folks. I fix things. Okay? Talk amongst yourselves while we talk about the chili cheese burrito while we do this, while we fix this. Because I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Because I'm ripper and ready to go for a chili cheese burrito. Sorry, I have these other photos, but they're in the wrong format, so I'm fixing them. But yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. I didn't get any balls, unfortunately. Bay Area Throwbacks did tell me, he's like, go try to find the balls, because there's a nice home run I posted on Instagram. They were playing the Stockton Ports, by the way. It was the A's affiliate. It's one of those minor league parks that the outfield fence just over it is just the park. So you can just go get the balls. But someone had already got them, I think. I walked around, looked for foul balls that I had seen go out, and they were all gone. So, yeah. I wonder how old those Modesto A's fit is you found. I guess 25 years old. I mean, yeah. They're really nice, though. I wish they had my size. But they did not. They did not. But I love that logo. Not the one with the M. The other, like, I don't know if that's supposed to be Stomper or I think the Modesto A's the mascot had its own name. Does anyone know? I can't remember. Let me yeah, we got to run the bases. There's Jenny. So I gave the people who are gonna serve her papers. I gave them this picture so that they would know who to look for. So we got to go in the dugout, and then we signed the wall, which was cool. So yeah, I'm sick of these billionaire owners. You know how it is. All right, I'm radical now, and that's that. Deal with it, dude. I'm radical. Summer really sucks. Don't understand the appeal of it. Yeah, I hate heat. I'm not a good heat guy. I'm really not. Let's do a little show and tell then, based on that. Ruben had gotten me some pins at. All right, let me do the Modesto things first. They only had one pin left, which is this Modesto flag with the California flag. So I thought that was cool. So got one of those. Definitely a cool pin. I got a pack of cards. These aren't all the cards. These are from 2025, so they're from this year. And they had other years, so I was gonna try to go through them and try to find like some cards of, people had told me there was some Julio Rodriguez cards somewhere, maybe a Cal Raleigh. Yeah, dude, think about it. Cal Raleigh just broke the record for most home runs in a season by a catcher. And he used to be behind the dish right there at John Thurman Field in Modesto, Like, it's super cool. I love that history. Love it. And then they gave us, when we walked in, they gave us these souvenir tickets. And I got mine stamped. So 2025 final homestand, John Thurman Field. Sorry, I called it stadium earlier. John Thurman Field. Thank you for all the memories. And then Ruben got me a printout ticket also got it stamped. Stockton Boards and Modesto Nuts. So this is yesterday's game. So this is the last night game. So that's pretty cool. And then it's in the thumbnail. I got me some dirt. So this is a mix of batter's box dirt and around home plate dirt. There's two different colors actually, because their batter's boxes are like a lighter dirt. But I got me some dirt, so I gotta find a jar to put this in. Add to the collection, you know. Got some Rickwood Field dirt here. You guys know I got the Coliseum dirt. Got some Oracle Park dirt. I'm just a dirt collector now, and that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. You know? Talk to my lawyers, dude. But look, I'm so sick of these ownership groups and, you know, the holdings company. It's like, they don't need to exist. They don't. It could be the city itself, you know, actually profiting. Like, they don't need an owner. Just have a general manager. You know? Like the Giants ownership. Get out of here, dude. Get Buster Posey. Make him the head guy. His name was Peanut. That's right. I did see that on something. Diosa, you know your stuff, dude. You know your stuff. Yeah, dude. And I'm sick of the bootlickers, man. These people leaving these comments. Like, get out of here, dude. Get out of here. And I love when they just prove my point. Because every time people get crazy, it's always like an anonymous profile. Like, there's no picture. There's no nothing. You know, like, they don't stand by what they say. There was one guy. There's a couple people, actually. And I responded. I'm just like, just put a name and a face to it. Just put a profile picture up. Let me see who you are. And they wouldn't do it. So next, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to invite people onto this live stream with all 11 people watching. I'm going to say, come on the live stream and debate this then. If you want to be a bootlicker and you want to leave a comment calling me names or whatever, you know, stupid. Like, it's so funny because, like, if they knew me, they would know how little that means to me. Like, it always means more about them than it does to me. Or it says more about them than it does to me. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, you don't even know who I am. Like, the way I walk around is not the type that's going to be like, oh, yeah, you called me a name. No. It's fun. It's fun to me. Look at this. People leaving comments is good for the algorithm. I know. That's why I don't delete them or anything. Like, go ahead, man. I need the help, you know? I need the help. So yeah, I don't even mind. I think it's funny. But yeah, like I said last week, like sometimes you just see the people, you can tell they're just watching the video trying to find something to hate on, you know? Like they're not, like they're just weird. It's just weird. I would never watch a video and be like, yeah, I don't like this guy. Let me find something about him, his appearance or what he's wearing to hate on. Like that is so weird. So like I said, it says more about them than me. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever, dude. Whatever. I am not bothered. I have fun with it. I'm more bothered that people just believe stupid things. That's what bothers me. Defending billionaires bothers me. If you call me a name, you think that bothers me? Dude, I'm the big dog, dude. Nothing anyone can say can knock me down, you know? Nothing will knock me off my pivot. The way I walk around this earth, nothing can stop me. So if you're not going to just shoot me in the head, I don't care, dude. I don't care what you're going to say, you know? But go ahead and leave comments because, yeah, it helps. Oh, I forgot. I got this too. My first Nuts game. Woo! First Nuts game pin. That's always fun. You know what I mean? Dylan, it was great meeting you in Modesto. What's up, dude? I was just shouting you out. Dude. Um, Thanks for helping me get on the field and whatnot. It was super fun. Super fun. I am worn out from the heat. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know. You know, I'm just, I'm used to the peninsula, San Francisco. Coca-Cola Classic, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description if any of the fine folks at Coca-Cola are out there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. You know, the dumb comments are just hilarious to me. They don't bother me. They help. They did Lucha Libre on Saturday also, which was fun. This is a pamphlet for another show. Mount Pleasant High School, San Jose, if anyone wants to go. They did a show after the game. They had a ring set up, and it was really cool. It was really fun, and the luchadors were there. All the wrestlers were there. It wasn't just all luchadors, but all the wrestlers were there. They did like a little pregame cruise around in some like classic cars around the field. They threw out the first pitch. They did like a bunch of stuff, so that was cool. And what I really liked, and what shows to me just like the care and like how much the actual Modesto Nuts. And remember what I say, when I talk about a team, I'm not talking about the ownership. I don't care. I care less about the ownership. They aren't the team. They're just this parasite. But the actual team, I'm talking about the staff, the grounds crew, the concession workers, all those people. That's what I'm talking about when I say a team, when I'm talking about a team. But the Modesto Nuts people, they had such a tremendous care and love for what they did. And I know some of them. I know some of them personally that worked there, right? And what I just thought was so cool was they have 3 mascots, 3 different nuts, and the mascots had luchador masks that went on to their heads. I thought that was hilarious and just really clever, and just shows like going above and beyond, like to go through that much trouble to hook up the mascot with one themed, costume. It's just cool. And there's so many good people that work there, so many good people that worked at the Oakland Coliseum, all these teams. And, now they have to kind of pick themselves up and figure out what they're going to do. Some of those people have been there for years and years. Like they absolutely loved the team and the community, and now a big piece of their lives is just gone because, this holding group wants to make more money or whatever. It's just not right. And communities should have equity or something in these teams. And that's that. Internal team, yeah. So yeah, man. Shout out Modesto. Shout out the Nuts. I got to get back out there and do more content. Like I said, part of me does kind of hope that they get a Pioneer League team. That'd be super cool. And then I'd have a reason to go back out there, watch the Ballers take on the Modesto Cruisers. Someone said that name would be a good name. I think that'd be an awesome name. There's a big, culture of cruising, old school cars, lowriders and stuff like that in Modesto. So that would be cool. Oh, I got a magnet too. Oh, I don't know where it went. I got a magnet, and it's like a was it a hot rod with the Modesto logo on it? I don't know where it went. But yeah, that's we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I guess the one good thing of them shuffling the teams around is the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are no longer going to be the Dodgers affiliate. So now I can get one of their hats because I like their hats. But I never wanted to get it because they're a Dodgers affiliate. Appreciate your dedication to the Sunday night streams. Thank you, man. It's I haven't missed one yet. I think it's been 2 years, something like that. Close to 2 years if it's not already 2 years. 2 years every single Sunday, never missed one. That's crazy. That's crazy. I have no life if I'm always available on Sundays. Oh my God. I mean, you know, I've done live streams from 49er games and theme parks and all that stuff, so I do the remote ones, but it's still funny. And then Ruben had got me. He was posting on the Discord a couple months ago. He was at a flea market or something, and someone had a bunch of pins, and he was showing pictures of them. I'm like, oh, can you give me that one? Can you give me that one? So he got me some pins. We got Giants World Series pin. This is 2012, I believe. I don't even know if it has the date on it, but that's the 2012 logo. Oh, no, this is 2010. I'm sorry. Wait, why am I thinking that's 2012? That's the 2010 logo. 2010. This one's really cool. Safeco Field now. Wait, what's it called now? Is it? It's not T-Mobile still, is it? Or is it T-Mobile? In Seattle. Safeco Field pin. Super cool. They got the Lincecum was this All-Star jersey. Yeah, 2009 All-Star jersey pin. I miss you, Timmy. I miss you, Timmy. Come back around, you know? Come back around, dude. We miss you at the ballpark. And then this one is awesome. What year is this? It's the All-Star game at Comiskey Park. 2003. Man, they had a pretty good few years, huh? In the South Side. Because they had the All-Star game 03, they won in 05. And their new ballpark was not too long after that, right? I forgot what year. But Comiskey Park All-Star game pin. This one's really hard to see. It has a lot of details. I think it has the other years they hosted the All-Star game on there. And then he got me a Fat Albert pin. Who doesn't love Fat Albert? And then I like this old school Disney World pennant. Like just an old school little pennant. I don't have very much Disney World stuff. I have a lot of Disneyland stuff, but not a lot of Disney World stuff. I just thought it was cool. You Dylan is the reason why Sundays are no longer depressing. Oh, thanks, dude. Just me yapping. Leaving for Seattle this Friday. Wearing your Hawk Hater jersey. Hawk Haters coming out of retirement. Dude, that's going to be fun, man. Enjoy. So I'm starting to get into football. Yeah. I got my 49er luchador shirt. Shout out Guy Slowinski. I'm starting to get into it. And let's check out these jerseys, man. Let's check out these jerseys. If I think of anything else about Modesto, I'll go back because I feel like there was stuff I didn't cover. All right, I'll walk you guys through this. So they first announced these and showed them. We kind of all knew, I think, that it was gonna look sort of like this. My first thought was I was let down. That was my first thought. I'm not totally against black jerseys. I know a lot of people are, JD. I know you said you hate the black jerseys. I totally get that. I'm not totally against it just because I think it does look good with red and gold. You know, I like the black outline on the logo, and I like the old school logo with the hard black line. So I'm not totally against the black. I guess what stood out to me is I didn't like the way the numbers looked. I love the saloon font. I don't like that the outline is gold and the drop shadow is gold. It just doesn't pop. Like I wish the outline of the numbers was like white. And maybe even a little thinner so it's not super brash. And I don't like the black helmet. I don't really like messing with the helmet that much. It's a little too far, right? Like I liked in the late 90s when we went to the dark red face mask, we went to the red stripes. I like that because it was like it was still a gold helmet. It was still the identity. I really like the gold face mask. I don't like the black helmet. My helmet is the problem with unis. It breaks the tradition. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like the saloon font, but that's about it. Not a NFL fan, but that's not a bad jersey, really. So yeah, my first thought was let down, but then they started posting more and more, and they started to win me over. I'm not gonna lie, they started to win me over. When I saw them in motion, CMC wearing it, and they started showing them from further away, they started to win me over. So now, I think that on field, I might end up liking them. I think I might end up liking them on field. Um, I did see. I wanted to see the socks. I saw they look like they're just solid red socks. I don't know if it might be a little too much. I kind of wish maybe like white socks might look better. Or maybe I'm wrong though. I don't know. I like the gold nameplates on the back. Agreed. I like the gold nameplates. I don't really know what it was before, but I kind of like everything. Uh, I can show you. I heard JD about Niners black jerseys who never won a game in the color rushes. Granted, we were rebuilding at the time. I mean, yeah, we were trash, but you know what? I didn't like those black jerseys, and they kind of grew on me as well. Just seeing them in person, they grew on me a little bit. Still not like the biggest fan of them, but I was okay with them sparingly, you know. But I also liked that we kept the gold helmet, and that was kind of, that made it, I guess, easier to stomach. Let me show you. Uh, so the uniforms shot simple. I mean, I think you probably know the Niner jerseys, but this is the away jersey, all white away jersey. Why is my computer acting stupid right now? There we go. So this is just our classic all white jersey. This is the red home jersey. So it's a very classic look. A lot of people don't want to touch it, and we did change it for a while in the late '90s and early 2000s, but we ended up going back to this in '08, something like that, '07, '08, I think it was. Um, and then we have these other throwbacks. So these were inspired by the jerseys that we wore decades and decades ago. And then for the 75th anniversary of the NFL in 1994, we wore them that year for most of the year, almost every game, and we wore them in the Super Bowl. So these are the throwbacks. These ones right here. So I'm biased. I think it's one of the coolest looks. The block lettering is beautiful. You see these in motion. It's beautiful. And then we got the away white version of them as well. The mix, they're mixed up too with white pants where we usually wear gold pants, or they're kind of like khaki pants basically. But in the late '90s, early 2000s, we actually did go to like a metallic gold pant. But yeah, so the two throwbacks, these are two of the most popular looks. And then we got the two classics right here. So major difference is just the block lettering. So you see those, and then you go to this is, it's a pretty big difference. But the more I see the videos, man, I'm really starting to like them. Especially the more videos I see like from further back like that, where you can see the whole look. They're keeping them a little secretive here, but in some of them you can kind of see. And they have some pretty cool little details. I think the gold does look nice. I don't know, the lettering. I just wish it was outlined. And I wish we had gold helmets. And you could mess with the helmet. You could do something crazy, but just keep the helmets gold. That's us, So yeah, and faithful is that number 2 right there looks good. That 2 looks good. Um, faithful is our what we call the fan base, which is kind of a funny nickname because like um it's a nickname for when we suck. You know, it's like yeah, we really suck, but we're still faithful, dude. We still love the team. It's all right. You know, we still believe. We still believe. Um, so it's kind of funny that it's stuck. You know what I mean? Uh, but whatever. Oh, you already said that. Keeping faithful on the front makes no sense. Yeah. Is the name on the back just going to be in block letters, the same font as the number? Just block letters, and they're in gold. I would make the gloves off-white instead of black. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. New ones are way better. Oh man, Shot Simple. Shot Simple likes them. Golden State Valkyries picked up their third straight win, defeating the Fever. The victory, Golden State moves into sixth place in the standings. Playoffs incoming. 94 throwbacks are elite. Yep. 1955 unis is what I refer to the drop shadows. And I think when we wore 55 in 55, we had the silver helmets, didn't we? But yeah, these are growing on me. I think seeing them in motion, I think I'm really gonna like them. And even the black helmet, like seeing it in motion's not as bad. I still just think for the tradition, we should have stuck with gold. And but I do want on our regular jerseys, I want to go back to a red face mask. I do. Talk to my lawyers. I actually likes change. Never thought he would like a new jersey. That's crazy, dude. I like so many jerseys, dude. I like so many changes. I like so many new logos. I like so many. Anyways, if I buy one of those jerseys, it'll be number 2 Lenore. Yeah, dude, it looks great in that video. The number 2 just looks really good in the saloon font. Should have brought back the Prospector logo on the back of the jersey. That would have been cool. Yeah, that would have been cool. But I don't know. They're growing on me. Especially if we win in them. But you know what's funny is I've told you guys the last couple weeks I haven't really been into sports or like looking forward to football at all. Like I'm so checked out. I've had to sell so many tickets of my tickets, so like I just wasn't into it. But this jersey actually got me back into it. Not because the jersey itself, but because like I just started watching videos and I started looking at uniforms and just got me kind of hyped. But what I will say, what's crazy is shout out Royal Retros. They did a version that's just like this that they called the Candlestick jersey. They gave me one. I've shown it before. They gave me a red one, but they also did a black one. And this is the black one they put out. It's just crazy how similar it is. This one actually has the numbers outlined like I wish they were, either black or white. But it's crazy how similar it is, you know? So Royal Retros put this out. Which is definitely a cool jersey. And shout out Royal Retros. They do a lot of cool stuff. And then I saw this, which was funny. I think my initial kind of like, I'm not really feeling him, let down, was because of this jersey on the left. Now, the last couple years, they started selling this jersey on the left. There's also a white version. And I hate it more than anything out there. Okay? I hate it more than anything out there. I don't know why they started putting out this jersey. It's nothing like we've ever worn. It's so cheap looking. The numbers are wrong. They just started putting out this random jersey that has never been worn. And people start buying it and wearing it. And it was always a CMC jersey for some reason. I don't get it. I hate this jersey so much. It's not even a real jersey. It's a flursy, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Nah, but it is. Yeah, I think that might be one of the reasons I didn't like these at first. But they'll grow on me. And then I have the video that shows all the new jerseys in Madden, which was cool. They added them all, which was actually a really good way to see them. So this is the Buffalo Bills, like iced out. It's like all icy, and the logo on the side has like, it's like crystallized. It's hard to see, but the logo on the side is crystallized. Just iced out, iced out. And then the New England one, I really like these. I like just having a new color, a muted color. I think is super cool. I don't really like the white helmet. Um, I get it fits the jersey, I guess. The helmet itself, like by itself, I don't really like. But I love the color. The little stars on uh the collar line is cool. The numbers are really nice. I like block letters. Sue me. Talk to my lawyers. Then we got the Jets one. This to me is a standout. At first, I didn't really get it because I thought it was black, but it's kind of like a dark green. Because I was like, oh, why didn't they put some green in it? I still think it might have been cool to do like a really sharp outline of like the numbers in a bright green. But I like it, and they're calling it what they call it, the Gotham City look or something like that. Super cool. I like these a lot. It kind of looks like a college jersey, like that one of the military teams would use, but still cool. And then here's the Dolphins. Just a case of just let's make them black. Not a lot of thought put into it. Like at least our black jerseys, they mixed it up with the saloon font and stuff. These are just like way too close to their regular jerseys, but in black. But what I will say is the colors look nice. The black with those two colors popping, it does look nice. I think the black helmet is terrible. So I could like these if you change the helmet, just because the colors look good on black. A white one like that would be cool, yeah. Royal Retro's jersey you own is 10 times better. Yeah, but your favorite logo is a Milwaukee's Brewer logo. Stop it, Gabriel. Is your lawyer in the chat? They will be taking notes on anything you have to say to me. Looks like a counterfeit jersey. Yeah, it's a t-shirt. Yeah, it's terrible. What up, Ruben? Surprised people don't like the Rivalry Patriots unis. Oh, people don't like them? I like them. Thank you for coming out to Modesto. Yeah, man. I already had talked about it. So I'm not gonna backtrack, but thank you for the hospitality, and it was fun. You're feeling the big sad tonight after some time has passed, dude. I can I get it, man. I already said my piece earlier, but I hate, and I told you today too. Like I just hate the fact that these rich guys can just keep doing that to fans. Rams rivalry jerseys are awful. Yeah. I think are those next? Yeah. So these are the Rams jerseys. So again, let's just make them black. This is the worst of the bunch. This is god awful. Like they should be ashamed of themselves. I just don't get why so many of these are just like, let's make them black. So I'm thankful that at least the Niners switched up the numbers and spiced it up a little. Because these are just like their regular jerseys, just in black. Same ugly numbers. And here's the thing. I'm a Niner fan, right? The Rams, we battled for a long time. I don't have the hatred for the Rams, though, because throughout most of our history, we're never good at the same time. Up until, 2019, 2020, 2021, like we started getting good. And then they got Stafford and all that, and you know what happened. They got lucky. But it's such a... And their fan base has changed so much because of the move and stuff. 2 moves. And their fan base sucked in LA, kind of. It wasn't as bad, but they moved to Anaheim, So it's like their fan base, it's weird. But my thing is, I don't hate the Rams because of that. Like, we've never... They're just like whatever. They're just in the division. It's kind of like as a Giants fan, like with the Diamondbacks. I'm just like, yeah, let's... Obviously, I want to beat them and beat them up, but I don't have hatred for them. Obviously, those last few big games we had a couple years ago it got heated. There was bad blood, but traditionally, like I like the Rams' history. Love Eric Dickerson. Loved Marshall Falk when he was there. I love Jerome Bettis when he was there. So I don't even hate them like that. But these jerseys are gonna make me hate them. These are awful. The worst of the bunch. Just terrible. Ugh. And here's the Cardinals. All these Black Rivalry unis honestly look like counterfeit jerseys. I agree with you. Thought the bag in the thumbnail was a bag of weed. No, I already showed it. It's dirt. It's dirt. But I already talked about that. Arizona, Seattle's the most. Okay. 3 for 3 in terms of teams lost for me. That's crazy, man. I don't care for the rival jerseys at all. Everything about the Rams jersey is awful. Yeah, everything. It's the worst. Black Rams usually are better than the Bone unis. I mean, all their jerseys do suck. I think that one of the dumbest things that bothers me so much, too, is the fact that the Rams and Chargers almost have the same jerseys, and they play in the same place. Like, how do you have two teams playing in the same place with almost the same color scheme and very similar jerseys? Like, even the helmets, like a bolt and a ram's horn. Like, my neighbors are partying. Everything about that Rams jersey, yeah. Felt it was hard to have a rivalry with them when they're in St. Louis. Yeah, it was. Even the Padres don't have any hate towards them. Yeah, same. But these are the Cardinals ones, and yeah, these are super cool. It's hard to tell in here, but they're kind of like spattered with sand. Kind of like an off-white color. A really cool whited out helmet. So I like these a lot. I think these are super cool. They definitely remind me, and it has the Arizona flag. It reminds me of Serpient? How do you say it? Serpientos or whatever, the Diamondbacks City Connects. It definitely reminds me of that, which I loved. I loved those, so it's very similar. And then here's the Rams, the Seahawks. Obviously, they just took an Oregon Ducks jersey, just tweaked it a little bit. I think they're cool though. I like them. The new kind of different color of the helmet is cool. I still don't like the font for the numbers, but everything else is kind of cool to me. I like these. It obviously is a video game, so it's hard to tell, but the graphics on the shoulders kind of shimmer and shine, So these are kind of cool. And is that it? Oh, and the Niners. So yeah, seeing this on field, they might be cool. So yeah, it's definitely love or hate with them, Like some people seem to love them, some people seem to hate them. So we'll see on the field. One thing that like kind of bothers me, and they kind of did this before, is there's gold around the numbers and then the swoosh, but there's like no more gold in the uniform from this angle until you see the back. I kind of wish there was some little pop of gold on the leg somewhere. Like, I don't know. I like balance. I like balance in the jerseys, Jersey has 12 all over it. Yeah, the 12s are stupid. Cardinals jersey looks like a tortilla. Chargers definitely don't belong in LA. Cool with using duck style jersey. I don't think the locals in Seattle would. Yeah. But yeah, man. We'll see. But once again, guys. We are back with breaking news. If you missed it at the top of the hour, I'm dealing with variety news. If you missed it, chili cheese burritos coming back. Chili cheese burritos coming back, folks. One of the best menu items of all time. Now they just need to keep the Mexi Melt permanent, and then we have two great little options for a little pick-me-up. You know what I mean? And I already said this earlier, but the Doritos Locos Tacos, I don't really like. They're too salty. Talk to my lawyers. And that's it. You know? But yeah, that's the breaking news. And then we got the whole sound gave me so much anxiety. Red stripe should have a gold outline. Yeah, that might look cool. We have right to sound gave me anxiety. It's crazy. And then we've talked about this in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, join it. We have a lot of fun. Ice Cream Sunday A&W, you know, we got to try it. I'm going to get this. Hopefully by next live stream, I will have this and we will talk about it in depth. We'll have an in-depth review, you know. And then a couple more updates. I guess, well, you know what? Dude? Breaking news. Welcome back. I'm Dylan with Variety News. Good news, you know, for those that saw, but San Jose and the Sharks have come to an agreement. The Sharks will remain in San Jose for the next few decades, and they're going to do a bunch of upgrades to the Shark Tank. That looks pretty cool. I like the LED lights up on the concrete. The future is teal, folks. Get on the train, because we're finally getting our cup, okay? We're finally getting our cup. So yeah, this looks like, you know, pretty cool upgrade. We'll see. I'm just happy because it is a team that, you know, not a lot of people brought it up. It wasn't really being discussed fully, but this is a team that there was a chance it could move, right? Like San Jose is not, does not have any other pro sports teams like that on this level in the major four sports, right? They have the Earthquakes. Niners play nearby, but it's a small enough place. At least the perception of it is small enough where an owner could definitely be like, if you don't do this for us, we're out, or just want to be out anyways. And the fact that, you know, the SAP Center, it's getting pretty old now. You know, it's over 30 years old. A lot of teams would start crying, and you know, they did want to upgrade. A lot of people wanted to upgrade. You can see in this too, they added these like lounge type things, I think. But it was definitely a situation where if you were to run a what's it called? Like run it through a demo or whatever. What's it called? Why can't I think what it's called? My brain sucks, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Whatever. If you calculated it and did the math or whatever, there's a lot of chances for this team to move out of San Jose. But this secured it. So I'm very happy about that. Yeah. And I think hockey's not as bad, but there's a crop of the newer hockey owners that are just like, you know, just like some of the other teams. Or leagues, rather. This is the last Sunday night stream without football until February. That's crazy. Season came up so fast. Never been inside the Shark Tank. Photos I've seen in the concourse look kind of bare. It is, but it's a cool place. Like, fans don't have any complaints about the Shark Tank. It's always the rich guys who want more luxury suites and stuff, so that they can entertain rich people. That's what it is, like, every time. NHL easier to watch live. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely hard on TV. In person, it's incredibly fun. It's super fun. Like the Vegas Golden Knights game I went to a few months ago, so much fun. And my team wasn't even playing. I just enjoyed the atmosphere. Didn't really like about the Patriots rivalry jerseys the new NE logo on the sleeve and the drop shadowy numbers. Yeah, no, I like the drop shadow on the numbers for sure. Doubt the Sharks would move personally. The other owners would want to leave the Bay Area market. Hoping for something like this for the Blazers. Well, yeah, I mean, there's benefits to staying in San Jose. They have a really good fan base. It's been solidified. But other owners would see opportunity elsewhere. And so I'm glad it worked out. I want to renovate the Moda Center with all the private funds, but we don't have a perfect work. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then if you saw those bozos released this. Never been to a Sharks game? JD, you gotta go. It's fun. Have you been to a hockey game in general? Yeah, those bozos released this. This is one of the ugliest stadiums I've ever seen in my life. And that's not just my bias. The other renderings were way cooler. Looked more like the Sydney Opera House. This is terrible. This is god awful. Bunch of bozos, dude. This is so bad. Like, do they not realize you can make anything? You know what I mean? Like, you can make anything, man. You didn't have to do that. Like, who looked at this? Was like, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Probably John Fisher, huh? So ugly. And look, of course I'm biased and I hate the A's ownership and all that. But I would totally be like, oh, that looks awesome if it looked awesome. It doesn't. It looks terrible. So hopefully they don't do this. Hopefully they have a change of heart, because this, God, that's ugly. Yeah, no, that's terrible. Oh, and by the way, the people getting upset about my curse, like I said, I'm not actually a wizard, I'm not a warlock, so you don't have to worry too much. But also, like, I'm not an A's fan, so I can curse whoever I want. Dude. I'm not an A's fan. Like, I'm cool with the A's fan base. I like the A's fan base. I like the Oakland fan base, rather. But, like, when it comes to baseball, I can curse whoever I want to curse. Never been to a hockey game or an MLB game. Oh, JD, dude. JD, let's go to a Giants game, man. I don't know if this means anything, but the Moda Center is owned by the city. Yeah. Going to hockey games is great. Been to a hockey game in Canada. That would be fun. What would have been dope if they rebuild an old stadium? Go the whole replica theme in Vegas? That would be awesome. I would love that. But I think I mentioned it on Livestream a while back too. They did a Ask Me Anything about the Bristol Motor Speedway game, and they were saying that was an idea that they had, was to like rebuild old stadiums and have an exhibition game, or not an exhibition game, like a special game. Field of Dreams game is coming back next year too, so I'm gonna try to make that. We'll see. But here's the problem, Shot Simple. Here's the problem. Vegas is moving away from a lot of that, which bums me out, because I love the hokey, kitschy, tourist trappy stuff. I love it. I love the corny stuff. I love that there's like a fake New York skyline right there, I love that there's a pyramid. I love the stupid stuff. But now all the resorts now they just try to be fancy. They're just fancy resorts. They don't have theming. They don't have anything like that. They're all the same. Like the Wynn, Cosmopolitan, the Resorts World. Like they're just all trying to be just fancy. They have no themes. They're boring. And I saw this thread. I should have saved it. It would be a fun Sunday night live stream topic about canceled Vegas casinos. And some of them were so fun, dude. One of them was like it was called like Desert Kingdom, and it just looked like this like palace in the desert. It was so cool. One was just gonna be called the Moon. It was gonna be like the Sphere, but just a big moon. How cool would that have been? I love that. What's up, Josie? OG Yankee Stadium? Yeah, that'd be cool. Yankees would never let them do that, though. Vancouver specifically, unfortunately, turned 18. Down to go to a Giants game? Dude, it's awesome. Oracle Park is dope. Last time I went to a hockey game was when the San Francisco Spiders were playing. I never got to go to a Spiders game. I did go to a Bulls game, San Francisco Bulls. Any thoughts on the Roots' possible Howard Terminal Stadium? Yeah, I think on a live stream, I think we talked about the concept art of that. I thought it looked cool. I would love that to happen. I think the only downside of the Roots getting the Howard Terminal site is that would be another door closed on another baseball team, major league team coming to Oakland. But I kind of think that door's closed anyways for a lot of reasons. A lot of those reasons aren't really fair, but it is what it is. They actually pondered the idea. So they're thinking about it for the future to like rebuild old stadiums because MLB's been doing like one special game a year. So last year was the Rickwood Field game that I went to. This year was the Bristol Motor Speedway. Next year they're doing the Field of Dreams again. So they said it was basically the group that does all the planning and the ideas for Major League Baseball for these games. And they said something about that, like certain things they've thought about and explored for the future. And one of them was to rebuild old ballparks. Vegas had a San Francisco hotel resort in the 90s, but it fell through. Really? I don't think I ever saw that one. We up right now. Valkyrie's got back-to-back W. Roots won. Cal won. Let's go. Josie's having a good one. So yeah, Shark Tank's gonna get upgraded. Sharks are here to stay, luckily. Yeah, man. New jerseys. Like I said, I'm gonna wait and see on these, but they're winning me over. Idea Chicago themed. I like Chicago. That'd be cool. I do like Chicago. Have you guys seen this? This went super viral at was it the US Open? This player, I don't even know the player. I don't really know tennis very well. You know, I know Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi, you know what I mean? Serena Williams. That's the extent of what I know. Although the tennis what's his name? What's the player that would always freak out? He's great. McEnroe, John McEnroe. McEnroe's Places, like the Peyton's Places version, but for tennis, was really, really, really cool. And it made me want to start watching more tennis, but I haven't. I'm trying to learn soccer. I'm trying to get into hockey. It's just too much, you know? If the Roots build a stadium, they go into 20K. I don't think they should go bigger than that. Make it similar to shipping container stadium from the World Cup. Yeah, no, I think you guys are right. It should be a smaller venue. But anyways, so this guy's signing autographs and stuff for these fans, right? So there's this guy trying to get this ball signed. This kid's actually passing around the pen, and he has like a big tennis ball that looks like a bunch of people have signed. Right? So he signed the ball. He takes off his hat. He goes to hand it to the kid, right? And then watch this jerk on the left. Watch this jamoke, dude. He snatches it. The kid's like, what is going on? He snatches it, rolls it up, and then puts it in his wife's bag. And then just plays it off. And then look at that. He even gets the pen back to the kid. And then he's just like, whatever. And the kid's all upset, of course. Right? Just unbelievable. Just snatches it. The gall, right? The absolute gall of this guy. Like, I can't even believe what a bastard he is. Right? So I couldn't believe this. I was like, man, this guy is a piece of work, right? So of course it went super viral. How many of you guys have seen this? Show of hands. First lesson in learning soccer, start calling it football. Yeah, dude. I'm a dumb American, all right? Freedom, baby, freedom. Oh, Churchill Downs host an MLB game. Yeah, that'd be cool. Terrible behavior. Yep. What a bum. Yep. Sent the San Francisco Hotel vintage rendering on Discord. All right, I'll check that out after. Remind me if I don't get to it. So this guy, right, just an absolute jerk, snatches his hat from this kid. And you know what's sad too? Like, look at the kid's face when he first hands it to him. He was so excited. He's like, oh my God, he's giving me his hat. And look, I'm not even the guy, like I said, I've never gotten a foul ball. So, like, I don't want to have to give my foul ball to a kid necessarily. Yeah. But I'm just like, man, what? Obviously, so the internet, this blew up on the internet. And people were finding out who he was and, you know, doing all this stuff. So to make it even worse, dude. To make it even worse. I'm hoping this is real. Disclaimer, this could possibly be fake, but I think it's real. He's a very rich CEO of a paving company in Poland. And he put out a statement. Actually, I'm going to fact check this in real time because it's so ridiculous that I feel like it might be fake. But let's read it. Peter Serzrek. I do Polish. I can't even come close to doing it. So he's Pete. Okay? From here on out, we're calling him Pete. Millionaire CEO of a paving company in Poland called Drogbuk. After being called out for stealing a signed hat intended for a child, he defended himself on a Go Work forum, saying the following. The recent incident at the tennis match has caused a disproportionate online uproar. It's all about the famous hat, of course. Yes, I took it. Yes, I did it quickly. But as I've always said, life is first come, first served. I understand that some people might not like it, but please, let's not make a global scandal out of the hat. It's just a hat. If you were faster, you would have it. Regarding online hate, I remind you that insulting a public figure is subject to legal liability. Talk to my lawyers. All offensive comments, slander, and insinuations will be analyzed for the possibility of taking the matter to court. In the end, chin up, hats off, less venom, more sportsmanship. This dude is a supervillain. This dude, I like these are the rich guys I'm always rallying against. And he's radical, folks. He's radical, and he's going to open the water because he's parched because he was in 100-degree weather for the whole weekend. All right? He's radical now. Dude, these rich guys are evil, dude. All right? It's hard to get rich without being a terrible person. It is. It's hard. It's hard to be rich without being a terrible person. Especially a billionaire. I don't think you can be a billionaire and be a good person. Josie hadn't seen it yet. It's putrid. Side note, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with those big tennis balls. That's funny. Fill them with helium and they go so high? That's crazy. You can go back to Poland. Yeah. More sportsmanship? I know, right? It's because the athlete was given to the kid. Religious hat. Why take it from the kid? He should take his own suggestions. I mean, he's a terrible person. Yeah, right? Like, he's just absolute bottom of the barrel person. The good news is the tennis player saw it, you know. Tennis player saw it and actually met up with the kid and gave him some stuff. Another like signed ball and took a picture with him and stuff. I'm trying to just see if I can find it. I'm like looking on Reddit. I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So good on this player. So he got together with the kid and hooked him up. Now the kid is a New York Giants fan, according to his socks. Make of that what you will. But good on the player for making it right. But it's just unbelievable how terrible these people are, man. And that's like the billionaire owners, dude. I'm radical now, and you're just gonna have to deal with it or talk to my lawyers. That's it. That's it. Right? That's the only thing he was right about. It's the only thing he was right about. Nobody's perfect. Deserves to get his ass kicked. I agree with you, Josie. If you want to find him, I'll go with you. I've heard in places like Eastern Europe, their oligarchs might be worse. Yeah, I mean, they're terrible. I mean, yeah, these people are awful. You know, these people are absolutely awful, dude. All right, Diosa, what'd you send? Wow, that's crazy. That's supposed to be like the Fairmont or something. They were gonna do like a big Golden Gate Bridge. That would have been crazy. Is this like maybe the Palace of Fine Arts over here on the right side? It's hard to tell. Maybe Chinatown on the left. Yeah, I can't really tell. Looks like the Conservatory of Flowers in front of the bridge. I don't know. That would have been fun though, you know? That would have been a fun one. But yeah, I want Vegas to go back to the weird kitschy themes. I want every hotel to be themed to something stupid, you know? That's what I want. That's what I want. Um uh do, 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 do. All right. Oh, there's the Titanic resort. So it's gonna have like a big Titanic you could stay on with like an iceberg next to it. Uh, Here, I'll show you guys. Here, I found a page. This is the moon. So it just would have had a big giant moon. Here's the Titanic. Dude, do these. Hey, Vegas, wake up and do these. Dude, look at this. Jethro's Beverly Hillbillies Mansion and Casino. This looks like a small one on the outskirts, you know. Black gold, dude. Themed to the black gold. Look at just a shack out in the front. How fun would that have been? Palace of the Sea. It's like a bunch of sails and stuff. That definitely looks like something from Dubai. Jeez, look at that. That would have been crazy. I mean, they kind of got that, but this one's a little fancier. What is this? Adams Family. They're gonna do a whole Adams Family resort. If only they knew how successful Wednesday was gonna be. You know what I mean? Mondri and Alano. Right behind Circus Circus or replacing Circus Circus. Dude, that looks crazy. Like a sci-fi hotel. That would have been cool. Dude, this is what I want. Do crazy stuff like this, dude. Stop making the same resort over and over. Dude, there's so many that are the exact same resort. The Wynn, the one next to the Wynn, that's the exact same. The Aria, is that it? The Encore, Resorts World, even Circa is like that now. Rio, Palms, Cosmopolitan. Yeah, they're all the same, dude. Even like MGM Grand, it barely has any of the old like movie stuff. Like they're all the same. Stupid. Oh, this is cool. London with Big Ben, and the London Bridge or the Tower Bridge, whatever it's called. Buckingham Palace. This would have been sick. Oh, this is original Planet Hollywood. That's crazy. See, why didn't they do that? Desert Inn. Desert Kingdom. This is the one. Look. Dude, a boat ride through a hidden temple. Look at that. It's like a palace out in an oasis out in the desert. So cool. New ride, block construction, the original 800-foot ride at the Stratosphere. There was going to be a ride that just went down the whole Stratosphere. Good Lord. East Village? Was this an addition? Tropicana and Paradise, converting the idle acreage to so it would have been like a sister property to New York, New York. It would have been cool to see. Harley Davidson Hotel, a giant exhaust pipe shaped hotel. Dude, come on, man. Can we get these? Can we get these? Dude, a dragon? Oh, I heard about this. On the Excalibur, they're going to put a big old dragon on the front. And they never got it working or something. Montreux. Plaza. That one looks cool because it's like old school, you know? It's like the Plaza Hotel in New York, I guess. Dude, look at this. USS Enterprise Resort, a Star Trek. I don't even like Star Trek. And I would go crazy over this. What's up, Marie? What's up, Bay Area Aviation? You missed a lot. Have you seen the replica cities in China that have pairs with the Eiffel Tower? I think I have seen those, yeah. Dude, let me make a note of that. We should go over those one of these streams, too. That'd be fun. Dude, look at this. USS Enterprise Hotel is crazy. Dang. Xanadu. Dude, make these, man. You know? Make these crazy hotels. I'm sick and tired of the same hotels. I guess everything goes in phases though, you know what I mean? Cuz Vegas was not considered family friendly, you know? And so in the 90s, they had an extreme shift to family friendly. So they built a bunch of amusement park type things and rides and MGM Grand Adventures. It was like a Disneyland knockoff park. It was like a knockoff Disneyland, knockoff Universal Studios. Like if they got married and had a child. They did the Adventure Dome at Circus Circus. They did New York, New York with the roller coaster. They did all these family friendly shows and attractions and walkthroughs. And then for whatever reason, I don't even know if there were like what the actual reason was, but then they pivoted back to like, maybe they just felt like families weren't blowing money like degenerate adults by themselves were. But they definitely pivoted back to just trying to cater to adults. And a lot of the family friendly stuff went away. But with that, to me, a lot of the fun went away of like, I mean, it's like all the new casinos all look the same. All the resorts look the same. To me, it was way cooler when you go down the strip and it was like a castle, a pyramid, you know, a volcano, a pirate ship. There used to be a steamboat. Come on, man. I want to see that, dude. You know what I mean? Circus. Like, come on. It's ridiculous and great. I don't know. Knock off Dollywood. Any stupid, unrealistic, idiotic ideas to show how the rich needs to get taxed, yet we love them so much more. Yeah. I mean, you can fix all that, though, Diosa. Like, you can fix all that with co-ops and unions and stuff like that. It's just, it's not normalized in our society for some reason. But, you know, it is what it is. He's off his rocker, folks. I'm doing all right today. I'm just tired. Took out Treasure Island stuff. I know, man. I know. Like, you know what sucks is I never even got to watch the pirate show. Like, I saw it going on while driving by once when I was a kid, but I never got to watch the actual show. I need to go to the pirate dinner theater by Knott's Berry Farm. That's one of my next videos, by the way, is medieval times. It's gonna get 40 views. I know it, but I don't care. It was fun. It was my birthday, and I went with my niece. So, talk to my lawyers. That's that. Everyone chill, dude. Everyone calm down. It'll be okay, dude. Everyone relax. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of blasted through everything. What else is there to talk about? I'm freaking tired. That's all I know. That 100-degree weather out there in Modesto was no joke, dude. No joke. There's so many good people at games, you know, like not even just Modesto, like Modesto included, but like you go to games, you go around different places, especially when you go to like minor league games and stuff like that, because the people don't get in their feelings so much about it. Whereas like you go to other games, I guess it's just because it seems like such higher stakes for like the pro teams. So there's more vitriol. There's more like, you know, aggression and whatnot. But then you go to like minor league games and stuff, or like smaller teams, and it's just way more love, which I always think is super cool, you know, like, and talk trash, like trash talk is fine, but like some people really get in their feelings about it, and it's weird because it's like you don't own the team, you know. That's why at Ballers games I get crazy, dude, because I own part of the team, right? Yeah, it was brutal. It was I don't know how people do it, man. God, I thought I was gonna die. I'm trying to play it cool. Talking to people, talking on the camera, doing my video. And the whole time I'm just like, dude, is this it for me? Is it? Is this the end of the road? You should talk about a concept of Disneyland Tokyo's canceled Mount Fuji attraction. Oh, I've heard of that, but I never actually... oops. Didn't it become, or it was gonna be like, I thought it was gonna be like a Expedition Everest type ride, or am I tripping? No, I can't find it. I don't know. I can't find it now. But I remember seeing like some sort of concept art. Yeah, no, I can't find it. Cause like I know they have like the mountain thing already. There's like a mountain in the park. Um oh they're like updating Big Thunder Mountain at Disney World too, which scares me. Hopefully it's cool. But I don't know. I'll have to find it another time and then we can talk about it. I would love to talk about like failed rides and stuff or like some of the concepts that they had out but never did. Wonder if the new Hard Rock Hotel would add anything since they're putting a big old guitar. Probably not. It would be people wearing their feelings, but minor league or indie ball, it's all laid back and chill and friendly. Yeah, that's what I like. Oh, it was Epcot. You're right. It was at World Showcase. That's why I was like, dude, I remember seeing this mountain, but I was like, but they do have a mountain. Yeah, because it was gonna be in the Japan pavilion. But I don't know anything about the ride or what it was gonna be. Epcot's never built mountain rides. Yeah, dude, look how cool that would have been with a big old Mount Fuji. I saw someone post this on Reddit like a few weeks ago. They were like, "Oh, what would you do? What would you add to the parks or something?" And someone posted that picture. Um, were they gonna do a Matterhorn? Would I have a Matterhorn themed ride in the Switzerland pavilion? I think I do remember hearing that they were considering a Matterhorn indoor roller coaster housed inside a gigantic replica of Japan's Mount Fuji. Set to feature a Godzilla like lizard scaring patrons, the ride would have been one of the top attractions of the park. Put on mothballs after Kodak, one of Epcot's largest sponsors, objected to Disney building a ride with the name so similar to that of Kodak's biggest competitor, Fujifilm. Do you think that's really the story? Hmm. Dang, the World Showcase only has 2 rides? No, it has 3 now because it has Ratatouille, right? This is probably outdated. Frozen Ever After Grand Fiesta Tour, but I think it has a Ratatouille in France now. Yeah, this is from 2018, that's why. That would have been cool. I I want more rides with like creatures that chase you or something, you know? Like Grizzly River Rapids at California Adventure needs to have an actual grizzly animatronic coming at you. And then the Expedition Everest, the Yeti's been broken forever. I really want to go on that ride, but it's been broken for so long. Uh, they're not gonna fix it, so that sucks. What's up, Jennifer? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm tired though. I think I'm gonna start editing and probably go to sleep early. Happy Labor Day, everybody. You know, I always talk about all the stuff I'm talking about, and Labor Day is an important part of that. You know, the labor movement gave us so many rights and protections as workers, and obviously it didn't go nearly far enough. But at least let's just start with sports. We can have a much more equitable sports world where the fans and communities actually have an investment in it. Because again, the entitlement comes from the fact that they're monetizing our love and our respect for the game and our passion for the game and the community and the fans coming out and getting loud and supporting the team. That's what they're monetizing, right? Like I said, they're not in a brick and mortar store and they're like, "We have this product for sale. Give us this amount of money in exchange for this product. It's not just a one-to-one transaction like that. It is emotions. It is, our feelings that is being monetized. And for that reason, all the communities should have an investment or some sort of equity in these teams so that they can't just be, oh, it's just a business. It's just business. That's not how it should be. And again, I think this is bigger than just baseball. It's bigger than just sports. But I'm radical now. So if we have to start learning how this works, if we have to start learning how we can have a more equitable society for everybody, where it's not just the rich 1% constantly exploiting us, we can start with sports. Let that be the gateway to learning that there's a better society we can build that's better for all of us. And I'm not talking communism, okay? I'm just talking about making it fair. That's all. But I'm radical. Talk to my lawyers. But we're the richest country to ever exist. There's no reason that everybody shouldn't be guaranteed, healthcare, food, shelter, education. Like those 4 tenets of life should be covered. Because otherwise, why are we in a society? Why do we have a government? That's the whole point. So yeah, baseball, again, I care about these teams. I care about these fan bases. I care about the communities. But unfortunately, it's not just sports. This is a systemic problem. And if we got to start with sports, we'll start with sports. You know what I mean? But, I love it. I do love sports. So it's hard to give it up. It's hard, I know, especially like for A's fans, like how hard it could be to still be into the sport when your team gets ripped away. That's not easy. And they're just trading this one community for another community so that they can go exploit their love and passion. Look, the ownership groups and the people profiting, they don't deserve it, is my overall point. They're not doing anything. They're just there. They're just there and they have the paperwork. That's it. When I see the Modesto Nuts, right, and I see that fan base and I see that, all the people, the families, the kids, and all the people working there, the great staff, the grounds crew, all these people, when I see all them, why are they not profiting off what they're doing? You know what I mean? Why is, let's say some jamoke like me, I go to Modesto and I spend my money on tickets and why does that money now go to Diamond Holdings Company for doing nothing? I want the money I spend on that game to go to Modesto. I want it to go to that ballpark so that they can do renovations. I want my little 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks I spend. I want that to go to the custodian that has to clean up. I want them to get that money, right? Because they're making the experience possible. But Diamond Holdings Group, they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything but the paperwork. That's it. They're never even going to go to games. And there's no reason for them to exist. There's zero reason. And these other owners, like the billionaire owners, like sure, they show up, they shake hands, they sit courtside and try to be cool, right? But that's it. They just make bad decisions. So you just make bad decisions and you just hire somebody to be a good general manager. Like you just do that and now you're entitled to $800 million profit. Like, whoa, dude. No. If I go across the country to an NBA arena, I go to an NBA game and I spend a couple $100, I want that money to go to the wonderful ushers, I want that money to go to the trainers that are taping up the ankles, right? I So why does that money go to these people at the top that don't actually do anything? They're not providing value in any meaningful way at all. They merely exist. Like, at least, dude, Diamond Holdings, at least come out and like paint the foul lines or something, dude. Get the little cart and paint the batter's boxes, dude. Cut the grass. Do something, man. Anyways. Your river run needs to have a bear. Yeah, for sure. Thank you. How is Diamond Holdings not being investigated by the government for antitrust violations? Yeah, they should. What's up, Dave? Greed makes companies sink all the time by 100%. This is Dave. What's up, Dave? Like I said, there's so many people, so many bootlickers and naysayers talking about, well, that's business. But the business is people's love. You are monetizing people's love. So why does some random person, because they have the paperwork, deserve to profit the most off that? Doesn't make sense. And again, I'll use the same example. The Hurricanes owner that might buy the Blazers, if you own a sports team and you've already made enough money to now buy a second sports team, you've made too much money. Because I know all the people who work at the Hurricanes games are not buying houses. You know what I mean? So until all your concession workers and your custodians and everyone else that is making all this possible, making your tremendous profits possible, until they're all hooked up, don't buy a second team. Buy good livelihoods for the hundreds of people that work for your organization. And that's it. Dude. He's radical now, dude. He's radical. Yes, the business model is wrong. It doesn't need to be that way. We're just conditioned to it because that's how it usually is. It doesn't need to be that way, though. And again, it's not just sports. This is happening, CEOs of these companies aren't really doing anything. They're just profiting off it because they got lucky to be in their position. Or their rich parents, funded their startup company during the .com era. This is what I think. Like, Jeff Bezos, dude, he worked super hard. I get it. He deserves to have a lot of money. He deserves to be rich, but not anywhere near the level he is, because he does not make that value. He does not provide $200 billion of value or whatever. He doesn't. It's impossible for one person to provide that value. Dude, Taylor Swift does not bring in $200 billion and people love her. So what is Jeff Bezos doing to bring in $200 billion? And the thing is, sure, he worked hard. He was successful. I give him credit for that. But at the same time, Amazon was going to happen with or without him. The world was going that way. He just happened to be the lucky guy that was chosen, right? He just happened to have the company that was chosen. There was a bunch of other companies. They just happened to be the one that got lucky, and people, got, people have brand preferences and all that. And they chose Amazon. But that's not because he was necessarily better or more deserving. Sometimes you're just lucky. And Amazon was going to happen. That's how the world was going. We were all going to start shopping online. If he didn't do it, someone else would have did it. So sure, dude, you worked hard. You built a crazy company. And look, I like Amazon. It's a great service for the most part, other than like the third-party sellers that sell you counterfeit stuff. But for the most part, yeah, it's an incredible service. So you deserve to be rich, but not to that level. Not to that level. Dylan for president. Thank you. Never, though. I'm not smart enough. That's why Vegas is going under and sinking. Hot dogs, $25. I know, man. The prices in Vegas are crazy. People are leaving Vegas. Why would anyone want to gamble at Vegas? Yeah, the other casinos are better, I've heard. I don't gamble at all, so Madeira's having a new casino in 2026? Really? I got to go to Madeira. There's a lot of history stuff around there that I've been meaning to check off. Amazon don't pay any federal tax, and Airbnb, Nike, and Tesla, and many more don't pay any federal taxes. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy, man. And the thing is, like, Amazon, the fact that Amazon and Jeff Bezos barely pay any taxes, yet Amazon uses all our infrastructure that we pay for. It is ours. The Amazon trucks are barreling up and down the streets that we pay for. And when there's a pothole, our tax dollars go to fix those potholes. They're using our phone lines. They're using our cable lines. They're using our power sources. You know how much energy is used to power Amazon? It's astronomical. And that infrastructure is primarily paid by taxpayers. If one of those structures, because they run super hot, you know, they have these super centers and super computing power centers and all that. If there's a fire, our taxes go to putting that out, cleaning it up, investigating it. And they use up all the energy, then guess what? Energy prices go up for everybody in that region that's on that part of the power grid. And yet they don't pay any taxes. They're exploiting and using the infrastructure that we pay for. And they are not paying it back. Everywhere you go, there's an Amazon truck. And I love it. I love the service. I love how fast it is. I'm not just saying, get rid of Amazon or whatever. But I'm saying if you have that many trucks everywhere, you are damaging those roads. And then you're using up tires. And then those tires got to go to a facility to get disposed of or get recycled or whatever. Who pays for that? When they have to make customer service calls, who pays for those phone lines they're using? Who pays for all the power lines that go to all their office buildings and all their data centers and all their warehouses? We pay for that. All the cable lines. And a lot of like things like that, like cable lines and stuff, the private companies can put them in. But almost always what they don't tell you is it's with subsidies from the government, taxpayers. My point is these rich people are exploiting us in every aspect of our life. So if we got to start with baseball, we'll start with baseball, dude. Diamond Holdings. I hate all of you. He's radical, folks. And he's not dropping out of the race, dude. I'm seeing this thing through, and that's that. Talk to my lawyers. All right? The kid's got a Tim Lincecum 2009 All-Star jersey pin. That tells you he's serious. That tells you it's no longer a game, dude. Diamond Holdings. Watch out, dude. He's got a vintage Walt Disney World pennant pin. And you think you think you can just laugh this off, dude? He's got a San Diego Zoo pamphlet. Now, I don't know if anyone told you, but that's serious. That's serious, dude. All these billionaires, dude, they better get on their knees and pray that I never get diagnosed with a terminal disease, dude. Just pray. Because right now I got a lot to live for. But you better hope I don't get diagnosed with some crazy disease with however many months to live or whatever. You better hope. Making me angry for bed. I'm sorry, Jenny. I'm sorry. PG&E got to go. Oh, 100%. PG&E awful, dude. This is my thing too. This was always like, because, all right, your boy in the Oval Office who may or may not be dead because they're faking his pictures or whatever. This is a crazy conspiracy, but I do like a good conspiracy every once in a while. But I'm not a conspiracy guy. I really don't believe any of them for the most part. But anyways, his first term, he was trying to go after the post office. Why? Because he wanted to prevent mail-in voting. Because accessibility to voting is bad for the bad guys. So he was going after the post office. So he put his goon in as the postmaster general, or whatever the position's called. I'm radical. I'm sorry, dude, but I got to talk about this. I got a San Diego Zoo pamphlet. You know it's serious. What people were defending it and talking about the post office loses money. So what? It's a service that we pay for. It's not supposed to be a business. It's not supposed to be a profit and making a profit. We're supposed to be losing money on the post office, public transit, energy, because it is a service. So we pool our money together because we are a society. We are a community that supposedly loves each other, right? I love America, right? We pool all the money together and we say, let's make our community awesome. And what do? We have nice roads and public parks and conservation areas. And we have an energy grid. And we have clean water. And we have, regulations so that companies cannot take advantage of you. We have all those things. But instead, we have to pay the billionaires more subsidies. Anyways. What's up, Diosa? It's all good. Movie Primitive War. Military war in Vietnam. It's Prehistoric Times. Best movie ever. Oh, dude, I gotta watch that. That sounds fun. Same with Amtrak. Yeah, dude, all these things you should expect to lose money because it's not supposed to be making money. We're paying for a service. So yes, the post office is going to lose money, but guess what? You don't have to pay a private company like FedEx or UPS. You are guaranteed that you have a way to send something to someone. That is the whole point. And what is the point? Like, I don't get people that don't understand we live in a society and we should be helping each other. I don't get it. It's like these Vegas fans who are like talking crazy about Oakland fans for being upset for losing their team. Like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. Should the Oakland fans have gone to Vegas and rolled out the red carpet for you guys to your own new ballpark? Huh? Got on your... went to your front porch on their knees and said, please, I've brung you a gift. I have crossed the desert to bring you a gift. Please enjoy our baseball team. Like, what do you expect? Dum-dums. This all connects, dude. It's not just my crazy mind. I promise this all connects. I think nostalgia is ruining how people view things. It always. People always think things were better. People always think things are worse than they used to be. And for a lot of things, everything always gets better. But the problem is, this is my last little rant, and I'll stop this. But he's radical. The thing is, that made me forget. Screaming it's radical made me forget what I was gonna say. I know what it is. It's like like I was saying with the post office and with public transportation and with having a road, dude. I can walk out right now and I can find a road that will take me to almost anywhere I want to go, right? Directly. So it's kind of tied to nostalgia. People take everything for granted. All of us do it. I do it. We all do it. But this is like people who are like libertarians and they don't want any government. And it's like, well, how are you going to get the roads in? Who are you going to call if your house is on fire? We didn't find Earth with all this infrastructure. You know what I mean? Do you know that they're actually doing this in the Bay Area right now? But do you know that I think it's like once a week Once a week, the United States government drops like 1 million sterile mosquitoes on a line that goes across somewhere in Central America. They drop a whole line of these mosquitoes to prevent this invasive mosquito species. I might have some of the details wrong, but it's the idea. They're trying to prevent this mosquito species from coming up further north because that species, I think it's mosquitoes, it might be another bug. But if it gets to our crops in California, it can devastate the crops. So every week, the United States government drops millions of these sterile bugs to prevent the other bugs from getting here. So if you don't want to pay taxes or have government, get ready for the bugs eating all your food. And it's just like those kinds of things we take for granted. The whole vaccine thing, like the mRNA vaccines it's one of the most amazing human achievements of all time. But because of propaganda and people taking things for granted, they're just used to being safe, feeling safe. They just take it for granted. It's like, no, the vaccine was an amazing thing. Amazing thing. I guess we're getting dumber. I don't know. It's like science is not subjective. And some of these things about society, they're not subjective. They're objective. We should be taking care of each other. We should be ensuring that our taxes go to making our community better and not just giving subsidies to the already rich guys or paying for stadiums or bombing children on the other side of the world. He's radical. Look, dude, free Palestine. That's that. Talk to my lawyers. All right. And Israel shouldn't get bombed or have terrorist attacks either. But they have all the power and they're the aggressor. So it's up to them to stop. It's up to them to fix it. You have all the power. So who's at fault? He's radical, folks. And that's it. I have nothing against, this has nothing to do with like Jewish people. I'm not anti-Semitic. I think Jewish people are great. But he is radical. Because I'm inclusive, dude. I like all people. All people. As long as you're a good person and you just want to take care of your family and do right by people, I got love for you. We can disagree. We can be different. We can live differently. That's why I don't understand people. Sorry. I know he's radical, dude. And he can't stop now. I don't understand people that get so upset about trans people. Just let them live. Who cares? Just let them live. It's not a big deal. Let people identify how they want to identify. It doesn't affect you. Let them do their thing. You can hate them. You can hate them in private if you want. You can talk trash about them in private. But freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences. And even if I hate people, dude, I hate Dodgers fans, right? I hate Cowboys fans, right? But I would never vote for legislation that would take their rights away or make their lives worse just because I hate them. No, there's plenty of people I hate. I don't want to take away their rights because it's the right thing to do to support all civil rights for everybody. Anyways, he's radical, dude. He's got an Allen Iverson bobblehead. I don't know what you expect. I don't know what you expect, dude. You know? Like, what do you think this is? He's got a Disneyland pamphlet, and you expect him to not care about civil rights? It's the Polo Grounds, dude. You know I'm serious. You know I'm serious, dude. And he's radical. He's radical. Kevon Looney as a stormtrooper. What do you want from me? Talk to my lawyers. I didn't even acknowledge Bobble Cheeks yet. So if you want to continue getting uppity, dude, I'll grab Bobble Cheeks and this whole thing's over. This whole thing's shut down. But I won't, dude. He's chill. He's chill. He's a chill guy. He's a chill guy. He's got a San Francisco Giants patch. Hate the ownership. Love the team. Okay? I hate all the owners. You know it. You heard it here first. Write it down. Write it down. Record it. Print out pamphlets. Put it Put it on your neighbor's door. I don't care, dude. Put it on the nearest telephone pole. Phone pole. I was gonna say phone pole, and it sounded so weird. But dude, he's bottled Diamond Bar, California. Better Living brands. Well, if you're out there in the chat, and you want to sponsor the channel, I love your water. I'm a big fan. This is the quality of water that every community deserves, including Flint, Michigan. Okay, including Gaza. He's radical. Oakland Roots Monterey Bay FC rivalry is well in the live. Near the end of the game, some Monterey Bay players started just pushing around. Dude, that's fun. I love it. I love the passion. Roots players started hyping up the crowd. Dude, I really hope the Roots can turn it around, you know? What's up, Mark? Talk to my lawyers. That's what I'm saying. Never got to ask you this, but how did you get your 2023 Boyface A's bobblehead? Wait, what? Oh, this one? This one? A certain bully by the name of Gabriel gave this to me. This was like my first baseball bobblehead that in this new era of collecting I've started the last couple years. Fruit flies? Maybe it's fruit flies. You might be right, Marie. I don't remember details. But my point is, we take so much for granted that happens in this world. You know, so I don't like people that, I know some people that are just like, they want to abolish the government. I'm just like, so a band of barbarians can come through your village and burn it down? That's what you want? You want none of your food to have any safety regulations? You want every company to not have any sort of rules about advertising so they can just lie to you straight up? They can just be like, dude, if you eat our peaches, not that other Jamoke's peaches, don't eat his. Eat our peaches, you'll grow 4 inches. Like, they could just do that. They could just do that. So, yes, we take a lot for granted, is my point. And the government has done a lot of terrible things, but the government is not a monolith. It is not like one group of people. It is a lot of people, all making decisions. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. We need to be more involved as people because the government is us. So yes, the government does terrible things, which is why we need to be more involved so that we can stop them from doing terrible things and we can put people that are more empathetic and like us in positions of power and stop having the sociopaths fail to the top every time. He's radical. He's radical, dude. And he swapped it for the Willie Mays, didn't he? Didn't he? He did it. He went for it. Now he's got the Willie. What are you going to do with this kid? Oh, man. And now he's swapping it with a Brer Bear? Now he's swapped it with a Brer Bear? Oh, my God. Kid's lost his mind. The kid has lost his mind. He's radical. Talk to my lawyers, dude. This chair's squeaky. But if you don't like it, I'll see you in court. Thought the stream crashed. Wait, why? What did I do? What did I miss? I don't know what's going on. My neighbors, they're right out here, right? They just moved in, like right across. Right when they were moving in, I put up a Ring camera, okay? Because I've been wanting one for a while. I shouldn't have got Ring because they're an evil corporation too. I put up a Ring camera. I did not realize that these people would be leaving 42 times a day. So I'm just constantly getting alerts. I don't know what they do. Because I come home and I stay home, dude. I'm chilling, dude. I'm big chilling. I'm editing, dude. I'm showering. Right? I'm shaving my neck. Who likes a neck beard? Not I, dude. I'm watching Andor. Episode 1 for the 4th time because I don't pay attention and I start scrolling on social media and then I don't know what's going on. So I have to restart it again. And I know I'm going to love the show, but for some reason I just can't get past the first episode. And it's literally been like 3 weeks of me trying to watch it. That's what I do. That's what I'm up to. But I don't know what they're doing, dude. They're going on walks every 42 minutes or something. I don't know. God bless them though. I'm not angry. I just like, how do you guys not want to stay home? That's right, Jenny. It is what it is, dude. He's radical, and he's just hoping, dude, for their sake. He's just hoping he doesn't get diagnosed with a terminal disease, dude. He's just hoping for their. That's all, dude. He's trying to watch Andor episode 1. Maybe the 5th time tonight. Maybe I'll get through episode 1 tonight. I don't know. But I've seen Cassian shoot the poor security guard about 14 times now. And that's not a spoiler because that's in episode 1. So talk to my lawyers. Do they have pets? No, I don't think they have pets. It's just a couple. They're like probably in their 30s. They're cool. I talk to them. They're just active, I guess. I don't know. They're just out and about. Not me though. Right? I'm scrolling on TikTok. Looking at this display case I've been meaning to put together for 8 months. He's got undiagnosed ADHD, dude. I don't know what to tell you. And anxiety and depression. He's just trying to get by, dude. He's trying to get by. And he wants everyone to be safe and protected. And that's all. Right? He wants ICE to go away and let these people just trying to better their life live. Let them live, dude. Hey, I'm a red-blooded American. And I say they're allowed. They're allowed, dude. Go away, ICE. All right? And I want trans kids to live how they want to live and not be bullied and treated terribly and be made fun of by these 40-year-old men taking selfies in their car with a hat and glasses every time. Oakleys every time in their truck. And that's always their profile picture for some reason. Right? I'm not trans. I don't know anything about that world. It's strange to me. But who am I? I'm inclusive. That's what I am. Because he's radical, folks. And I say radical with sarcasm because it's not actually radical. It's just empathy. That's all. It's empathy and believing and trusting in like science and facts, which is for some reason controversial in this day and age. He's radical. He's so radical, he's got a freaking Dodgers bobblehead. And that's that. And the active outdoor people, yeah, maybe. Training for a marathon, yeah. Maybe. Oh, Michael Parsons trade. Thanks for bringing that up. I forgot about that. So obviously Michael Parsons on the field is like incredible. But I feel like he's so immature. Like even the way him and like CJ Stroud on their podcast will be like debating, Michael Parsons is just not, he doesn't get it. So for that reason, he never struck fear in me like someone like Aaron Donald would. Or like Nick Bosa if he wasn't on our team. Or you know? So for whatever reason, I never feared him when we play the Cowboys. Like obviously I know he's good, he's gonna get his, but I don't know. So to me this whole situation sort of makes sense because like he just doesn't get it. And I think the Cowboys organization is in a weird place and it might be in a tailspin. But at the same time, like you would think he could, if he was the big dog, he was the guy, he should be taking the leadership of that, I would think. And instead he just wanted to run. Now he did get a ton of money. I don't know if the Cowboys were able to match that. I don't think they were, probably. I don't know. So is it just the money? I don't know. Is it the whole situation? Maybe. I haven't really looked into it or seen what Michael Parsons said. But the Packers are a team that seems to be on the come up. And they did play really well last year. But they were a little kind of what's the word? Not unprepared, but you know what I mean? They weren't ready yet for the step up. But is this going to help them take a step up? I mean, definitely a good move for them. So, I don't know. We'll see. But all the Cowboys fans trying to spin this like it's the new Herschel Walker trade. Cowboys fans are so dumb. They're so dumb. They're, just cut it out, dude. You know? Hey, knock it off. Cause I'm radical. Dude, thank you, man. Preston Castle Boys up top. Not sponsored, but it could be. Link in the shower of the Kings. Reports he wanted to stay in Dallas was Jerry not wanting to negotiate. I mean, he wanted to stay in Dallas for the bag, but I don't know. I just feel like he's not really a leader. I feel like he's very immature. And not even immature in a bad way. Like, I don't think he's toxic. I just think he doesn't get it. I think he's a good dude. Like, he seems like a good dude. So I'm not saying he's like that immature. I'm just saying like he's not a leader, basically. Jerry's still the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah. Thank you, Jay. It's like they're with Micah and the Cowboys got themselves some first rounders to play with. Green Bay's going to the Super Bowl is no lock. As of now, Jerry won the trade. I mean, look, all right, you can spin it that way. I mean, they definitely. See, I'm conflicted because, like I said, I think Micah Parsons is a bit overrated, not because of talent, but because of mindset. He's not a leader like he should be. To have that level of talent and impact and not be a leader, he's like a faux leader. Like he tries, but it just doesn't work because he's immature. So yeah, in that regard, and obviously the crazy amount of money they gave him, it's not the worst thing in the world for the Cowboys. My point is, it is not the Herschel Walker trade. They are not going to get 3 Super Bowls off trading Micah Parsons. Packers kind of overpaid for him. No, Packers definitely overpaid for him. But it can help him take a step up. Parsons plays small and big games. Agreed. Packers fan friend is happy they got him. Of course he is. Contract is definitely huge, but wait till Aiden Hutchinson gets paid. It'll make the contract look better. When's he up? On this tour together, long time, sweet precious Prince. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I gotta do Preston Castle Part 2, man. I think I wrote it in the Discord, but just to give you guys an idea of what's coming up, I'm gonna put these Modesto Nuts game video out. Medieval times. A lost ghost town on the coast of California, and an abandoned baseball stadium with a lot of amazing history. Those should be the next videos to come out. So all of them, I've been working on all of them kind of at the same time. They should all hopefully get out somewhat soon. Angel posted this in the Discord right now. Dang, I don't know why it's so big. Oh, there we go. Angel posted this in the Discord. Here's a white concept. It's okay. I don't like the outline on the faithful. For some reason the numbers don't work as well to me on the white jersey. But again, I might love it in person or seeing it on the players. Because the other one I didn't like until I saw more videos of the players wearing it and stuff. So it's hard. It's really hard to tell. The drop shadow and the like block style is really cool though. All right, Diosa. Current Cowboys roster ain't winning no Super Bowl. No, I mean, did you guys watch the Cowboys doc? I watched it. I don't know. Did I talk about it last week? I don't know. But as a 49er fan, it kills me. It kills me that 90s era of the Cowboys was going through so much turmoil behind the scenes. Some of it leaked out, but there's more turmoil than we knew. All that turmoil, and they still kept beating us. They still won 3 Super Bowls. Like, why, dude? Usually that kind of turmoil will sink a team, but for some reason they just kept winning. Dang it, man. Oh, Hutchinson is next year. I feel like he'll stay with the Lions. Maybe feel like a true national headliner. Aiden's on his rookie deal. He's in his third year. I think he might just get an extension, or not an extension, but an early contract. I doubt they'll let it run out. You know what I mean? But then it might depend on this season. Cause like if they underachieve, and obviously it depends on how he plays, but like if they underachieve, what would their mindset be? Like, no, let's secure him. We need him to keep pushing. Or is their mindset going to be like, we've already lost a couple big games. We're not getting over the hump. Let's scale back, or let's restructure. Let's reload. What would their mindset be if they underachieve this year? Or if they overachieve, or they happen to win the Super Bowl? It could kind of, you can kind of have the same argument. Like, would they be like, oh, we already won a Super Bowl, we don't need to overpay you? Or would it be the opposite, where like, oh, we won a Super Bowl, let's try to run it back, we'll give you the bag? Either way, I think they want to keep him. I definitely think they want to keep him. I doubt they let him become a free agent. Dallas received 5 players and 8 draft choices for Herschel Walker. It's so crazy. That Herschel Walker trade's insane. Preston Castle Part 2, exploring the more modern, creepy cabins. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, man. So I drove by and I looked at the other part of the jail. It's all like razor wired up, and there's cameras. So I don't think I can get in there, but the other like cabins on the way up, I think I can. Also a delusional Packers fan, so I'm excited. Well, yeah, I mean, Micah Parsons is an incredible player, so obviously that's outside of the like administrative stuff, it's good for you guys on the field. So yeah, I would still be excited too. You guys didn't really give up that much. Like, it wasn't that bad. For someone who's already all pro caliber, just don't expect him to be a leader. Gotta see the Halloween Haunted walkthrough. Dude, yeah, every year I tell myself I'm gonna do it, and then I always miss it. Maybe this is the year. Alright, folks. I am so hot still from being in triple digit weather in Modesto. The Modesto video will be out soon. Go Niners. Shout out Guy Slowinski. I'm radical. I'm sorry for the ranting and raving. I have dirt from John Thurman Field, and that's that. Talk to my lawyers. I don't know if I'm going to go to sleep or I'm going to edit. I don't know, because my head is pounding now from being in the sun all day. But that's fine. That's what we do, right? We make the sacrifices. All right, Shot Simple. I always appreciate you, man. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully I'll get the Modesto video out this week, and then I'll see you guys next week. It should be... Oh. Next week. So I didn't realize the last Modesto Nuts game of all time. So today was their last home game, but they're still playing for another week. So next Sunday, their last game as the Modesto Nuts is actually in San Jose against the San Jose Giants. So I might try to go to that. I probably won't do a video. I doubt I'll do a video, but I will probably be there. So if you happen to go or want to go. Ask me for a pin. I'll have some Raimondi Park pins or something. On Friday, no, I went yesterday and today. So I did Saturday, Sunday. As a Modesto native, looking forward to the videos. Awesome, dude. Thank you. Dylan, can you stop by Sky River Casino and do what? Gamble my life savings, all $4 of it. What's at the casino? Is there any let me see real quick before I log off. I just want to see what Are you talking about to do a video or just should go? There's a YouTube video, Sky River Casino full tour. Dude, I always just daydream. Like when I was in Vegas, just like, man, what if I just hit the jackpot, dude? 500,000 right there, you know? Be like, after taxes, would be like 200,000. What would I do, you know? Obviously, that's not like, it's not life-changing money, but it's, life would be a lot better for a while money. It'd be leg up money, you know? Be leg up money for sure. Which sucks because, like, not that long ago, 200,000 would have set you up for life. You know? You could have bought a house. That's like barely even a down payment in the Bay Area. Down payment on a little box. All right, Dave, you gotta tell me what's there, Dave. Saw country singers 90s, Tracy Lawrence, beautiful gal, theater, and he was drunk and off key and didn't sing his new song. I gotta see a show like that. I gotta see one of those crazy shows where like someone goes viral when you see a singer just like old and drunk. Do a cool video. They're building a new 300-room hotel. Well, that's cool. Want $30,000? Dang. See, I was thinking about that because I was so broke in Vegas. Like a couple weeks ago when I went, I was so broke and I was like, should I just take like $20 and just see? Even if I could have got it 300 or something, you know, I would have been juiced. Don't forget to buy a Powerball ticket. Oh, you're right, dude. You're right. Powerball. Don't everyone buy a ticket, though. I'm going to buy a ticket. If I buy a ticket, all of you are getting something, okay? I promise. All of you are getting something. Buy 100 tickets for the Powerball on Monday. Dang. Dave's about it. I hope you get it, man. I hope you get it. If you win it, you have to give me a room at the Sky River Casino, then I'll go. All right. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things the cool kids do. Something or other tours now. Variety, Vertlife, Go Niners. If you're at the San Jose Giants game next week, I will be there. For the last game of the Modesto Nuts history. And yeah, that's it, man. I got a lot of other things in the works, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So have a good night. He's radical, folks. He's radical. That's that. Talk to my lawyers.